Welcome Collective to another reading. Thank you all for everything. Likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I truly appreciate them all. Let's jump in and see what the messages are that you need to know today. So we have a dark practitioner that knows access is not being removed. It feels like someone knows, there's that intervention to not being stopped. So again, someone does not have access. So the roles are being flipped. Someone is trying to make, again, this is that person that wanted you to seem like, oh, you're a dark practitioner, you're a dark mage. If you do not do magic or not into that, this is not for you. So just go ahead and take this as entertainment or leave, okay? You don't need to let this resonate with you. I'm going to just tell you right now, you can tell within the first literal few cards of a reading if it's going to be for you or not. You just need to have the brain power and the attention span to do so. I'm going to just tell you right off the bat, though, if you do not do magic or into the arts, this is not for you, okay? So just get that through your head. So someone can't reverse the roles when it comes to you and your art. People know that you are a light practitioner. You haven't done anything to hurt anyone. You might have not even returned to cinders. We're not even talking about that. If you have retaliated in any form, it is with justice in mind. It is with fairness and equality in mind. You are not doing it to hurt anyone. You are simply just doing it to protect yourself and get rid of what does not be needed. With the Six of Cups, someone knows that this is who you're supposed to be, that you're not just a practitioner for shits and giggles. This is your life, which is why they're being stopped. They can't stop you. They can't walk away from what they've engaged in either. So someone wants to go like, oh, it's a big joke. It was all just a big, game that we were in. But it's not a big game. Someone's realizing that now. The Four of Pentacles, because if it was this game, why would both of you be holding on so tightly? With the Queen of Wands coming out and the Four of Wands, they wanted to engage in some form of magical battle. The Nine of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. But unfortunately, they did not lose. They lost. They were unable to stop a King of Pentacles from moving forward. And however this is, or they were not able to stop you from moving forward to your goals. The Page of Pentacles, even. So, with the King of Pentacles coming up after the Knight, before the Knight, and then the Page of Pentacles after the Knight, this says a lot about a maturity cycle. You kind of going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth almost. That's how it really comes out, is a big cycle where you learn something really quick, move forward with it slowly, and then learn how to use it in a new way with the Queen of Cups. So you're alchemizing a lot right now. With the Hangman inverted, that's why you haven't lost anything, or that's why someone knows you haven't lost. With the Six of Pentacles, because you keep creating more out of nothing, while this person keeps jumping to the next big thing to try and cause you some form of pain emotionally, or just try to mess with your heart chakra, mess with your mind so that your mind corrupts what you feel. But that's not working. Their thoughts, their plans don't work against you because of you're too busy alchemizing. So you win and this Empress inverted lost, or someone wants to call you heartless because you have one. You didn't let them win. They're a baby witch or whatever the fuck. Yeah, with the Strength and the King of Swords, someone knows that you were stronger than them in the first place. They just wanted to play around. With the Three of Cups, it's not a fucking game. And the Sun inverted, you play with your life, you lose your life. That's what I'm hearing. With the King of Wands and the Emperor inverted. So again, this person, even if they did have some for, and this is the rules, by the way, if this, with the Hierophant coming out, they know that if they were connected into these arts in any way, shape, or form, that they would have just ruined their life. They wouldn't be able to handle a position like yours. They wouldn't be able to handle energy like yours. They are simply just lesser than you, and they have to accept that. That's what they've proven. Because if they weren't lesser than you, why can't they handle something that goes as direct as you? Doesn't make much sense, does it? So someone's just being humiliated because they don't have the energy reserves. They don't have anything, and everyone can see that. You're just a poser. Get out of my fucking face. That's what people are saying with calm, upright, because there's no way that you're so calm. Or you're the only one that's able to calm your internal love, this beast, this whoever this person is. Or someone sees that you are connected with by some form of eternal contract. You were born to do this. Some of you all have been doing this for lifetimes and lifetimes. That's why you're able to persevere. Someone else just looked up a book when they were bored or got bullied in school, so they wanted to do some dumb shit to someone, unfortunately. So they couldn't trap you because, again, like, this person has a lot of family issue. Someone's family is mad at them, or the group that they had, this cult, is mad. Yeah, because someone got married. You're not mad at these people for engaging because they thought that if them getting married or them engaging would cause you some form of conflict. Someone also wants you to spite your own face by speaking words that are untrue. But you're not in your ego. There's something about your ego being dissolved, or you just knowing when you're in your ego. So this is why they can't gain anything coming to you, because their whole prayer was for people not to know who you were. But again, because you don't have, or if you do have if you still are working on your ego, which you really would be this entire life, it's just how it is. You just learn about it. You never really fully dissolve it. People like to go, oh, I have. No, you haven't. Why are you still living in the comfort of a house? Why are you not being nomadic at this point? If you still have, if you don't have an ego, because there's something inside of you that still says, I need, which is the ego. So you got to get real with yourself. Quit lying. But you've done enough work for people to know that you're not living a life for the materialisms of it. You use it for the safeties and the comforts, but not for the materialistics of it. So that's why they can't strategize to puppeteer you, which is why they're afraid, because they didn't learn some sort of lesson when it came to you. They didn't learn who you were. They didn't learn about you. They don't know how to learn things like you, because you were never indulging and doing divination on someone's memories to make them feel alone like they were. That's why people are no longer working with them, because they were too busy doing divination, trying to figure out how to make you lonely or figure out what went wrong in your life and blah, 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 and making fun of you. So it's like, well, it looks like you're the biggest loser, aren't you? Because obviously you're the only one worried about why Collective was going through these things. Instead of just asking them, you just had to go do divination and stalk them, which is kind of sad. Why can't you just talk to someone? Because they are King of Swords inverted. They don't know how to use their words. They don't know how to use their damn words. That's why. Yeah, this Ice King Jezebel, this is a man that's addicted to sex. Their inner child is broken because they never received real love, or something about them being rejected a lot, which manipulated them and their relationships. So this person just has issues with love. That's all. They've never had like a pure relationship, but they know that you love yourself. They can trust that you love yourself. They're not confused about why you had a downfall. It was because of third party snitches, or because of a third party snitch being around you, spreading rumors so that you wouldn't have your manifestations, or on the physical at least. They can't stop what you do, but they can stop other people from coming to you, because humans are the most manipulative and malleable creatures on this damn planet. That they lied about their divinity, this high priest, just so they could find real love and money. That's what they do, though. They lie about who they are to everyone because they are really just a big loser. Like, again, when I said the biggest loser, I meant that. That's how the energy feels. Is someone just like the fucking spotlight's on them, and it's just them like shell shocked, and everyone's pointing and laughing at them because you're unbothered about what you do for work. People want to like be self conscious that you do this for work and this is your actual job. You don't care. This person was trying to bind you because you didn't abandon them. They don't want to admit they have abandonment issues. They have attachment and abandonment issues, which I think is the worst combo to have, honestly. So that's why they were abusing you, so that you wouldn't be able to move on doing divination as a job or working for God as a job. But your divine masculine, yeah, because your divine masculine wouldn't be able to travel to you until you all were operating out of love. And they knew that. So now that they know that you're operating out of love, they're not believing anything that these people say. This rich girl, or maybe you're this rich girl, spiritual, physical richness doesn't matter. You're in your north node, that's what does matter. So you're getting your achievements. Someone does not like that because they can't stay, because people are thinking about how this person's not a healer. They were sending evil eye to you. So someone doesn't know how to heal anything. That's why you're not stuck in a past situation, because someone never changed from who they were. You ascended because you had no emotional pain, and because you were telling the truth about your ancestors. Why would you have emotional pain about your ancestors? Someone wanted to call you a freak because you help out your ancestors. Maybe you do ancestral rituals, and they're like, oh, let's make fun of them. Why? Because we have passed over loved ones, because death still loves us or something, because when people die they still love us. They don't, your passed over loved ones don't love you. Judgment, the Two of Cups, yeah, that's the judgment. Their passed over loved ones don't love them, so they want everyone to make fun of you because yours passed over loved ones love you. Big baby, for real. Judgment upright again with the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Swords, both in, I mean, this, oh, these are both wands, excuse me, the Nine of Wands and Seven of Wands inverted. So yeah, someone lost. They can't move forward with you because you're not bound to the devil. You win. So someone wanted to say that you were like, I don't know, you're working for the devil because your ancestors are devils and demons. No, that's not true. The Nine of Swords inverted, that is definitely not true. Someone's stuck in an old cycle. It's like, we see what you're trying to do. You're trying to demonize someone who's literally just a sweet person who cares about their passed over loved ones still. It's like, you go, even if you go to your grave, this emperor thought that you were like, oh, even if you like, you go to the graveyard and you tell all the loved ones over there like, oh, you love them, and even if you don't have any people at this graveyard or cemetery, you still give them love and spread your love with the Two of Wands and the Emperor inverted. Someone just really thought that you should be demonized for that. The Hermit, because you were hiding something, secretly hiding something. But who gives a fuck about what that person wants to say? The dead talk to you, the living talk to you, no one talks to them. That's just how it is. The Knight of Pentacles and the Tower upright, the Five of Swords inverted, and the Four of Wands upright, they've been slowly moving towards their demise ever since they chose to do this. And they are bound to this. They are engaged with it. They're still engaged with it, and they're not going to be able to disengage from it. It sucks to be them with the Eight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles, because there's only one way to not, and it would be to give back to you, which would be to take some form of advice, King of Wands, that you gave them. Some solid, sound advice that you gave them. But the Queen of Swords inverted and the Four of Swords inverted, someone around them, or even they think you're this Queen of Swords, or they're just not seeing any sort of nurturing from what you've said to them. They just keep wanting to say that, oh, you're being mean to them. So you let go of them. You don't really care what they do. Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Because someone was just lazy. They didn't want to work. Someone doesn't see the work that you did or see the value in it until now, which is why they want to come back and reconnect with the Ten of Pentacles, but you're not letting them, and they won't be able to, especially with the Five of Cups. This person has to go on and admit that there's no way back. Like, they fumbled the bag. It doesn't matter how smart they thought they were. It doesn't matter who they thought they were, or whatever the hell, or how many fucking poly people they have in their little crew. They're still a little worm at the end of the day, and no one really cares about this person because all they do is complain. And people are starting to finally see that about this individual. Some form of charm could have been on them. They could have had like a charm. They charm a bunch of people, but it's no longer being rejected that you cut ties with this person because they were just jealous and mean. And they're hopeful to get some healing from you, but you don't miss them in their bad cycles. Everyone knows that. You've never had any sexual attraction to someone, so you can just let the situation go and breathe. Go out and forget about this individual. You don't need them. This is someone either in your family or someone in your like close ties that has really been in their feelings. They've been feeling like what they need to be feeling at this point. This is just what they needed so that they can hopefully move on and heal too, but there's no more tension on your side. You don't care if someone's failing in life. That's on them, not on you. It's their life. You shouldn't have to feel bad for someone else's shitty ass decisions. Point simple, blank. So you get to have a vacation. Archangel Michael is blocking this person from your energy. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for being here. So follow your possibilities. Nothing is broken. Nothing is over. Things are just beginning for you. Stagnancy, inverted, and exhausted. That's why you feel exhausted, because all these clingy, toxic energies are being removed from you. Someone also is not having a fun time. They might be stuck in legal issues, spiritual, physical, however. But they're not having a fun time. They're in a lot of chaos, having a bunch of sex because you're defending yourself. They don't like that you're established, but people are finding out that this person's just trying to avoid some form of consequence by acting like, oh, well, they were holding me back from doing these things. No, you just are a sad, sad individual that can't really get a grip of their life. And you got to get a grip of your life. I don't know who this person is, but their energy really sells, is like, this person's like very sappy. This is a very sappy individual. I don't know how else to explain it, but that's really just how it feels. Someone is just sappy as hell. I cannot get past it. Someone just be sappy. They are not having safe travels. They don't know where to move, how to move. They're not getting a rebirth. They're stuck in the past. That's why they're not being able to move safely, because the past is coming back to haunt this person. Everything they did or said about you is like, oh, so why did you really do this to them? What was the point? So cards keep flipping up and then going back. So it's like someone's trying to flip the page, like, oh, I wasn't doing this, I wasn't doing that. But again, someone is not your soulmate. They don't have a place, or maybe they're homeless. They're meditating on this now, or someone knows that they're about to be homeless. Someone doesn't have a spot in your house, or they're not part of your family unit anymore either. So this is relief. Relief will come within time. Show gratitude, because you can't trust this person from an old path. Don't let them back in. On this new moon, they know that life's going to be real fucked up for them. They don't know what to expect or what to do. You have a lot of good fortune, because they know that this person who's not a healer unless they're divinity, they know they have a lot of good fortune, because you're able to transmute feelings really well from past friends. Or this is a water sign who you were friends with, who's telling people, yeah, they're gonna do great things in life. You're powerful. They know who you are. They're not gonna hide who you are anymore. They know how courageous you are and everything. You are very protected, and you are not on this karmic path with them. So if this water sign friend or ex-friend, however, they are going around clearing up your name. It's not them. It's whoever they're tied to, whoever this water sign's tied to. Like, it's not collective. It's this idiot that I'm with, because they can't get what they want, but collective can get what they want. They're courageous to make the steps. They won't go out and do something. An Emperor inverted coming out twice is really someone that can't even, like, if someone's trying to start a business, they're not brave enough or bold enough to start the business. They don't know how to start a business. They just want to use ChatGPT and AI it, and not really put any effort into anything. So that's why they don't have anything, because they don't have the ability to be who they need to be. They're not, their brain don't work too well. But regardless, they are very sappy though. They're like, it's like they mope around a lot. That's all they do now, is mope and bitch and mope some more. But you're not around this energy. Obviously, you're being removed from them. Just keep moving forward, keep pressing forward, and keep doing what you need to do. But I love you all so much, tenfold and forever and forevermore. If you all are interested in anything, my services are in the description. My email's in the description. If you want to be part of the new moon or full moon cleansing rituals, send your birthday and your first last name and to any of the donation links in the description, and I'll get you there. But regardless, thank you all for everything. I love you all tenfold and forever. Peace in the land. It is truly wonderful, and I'll see you later.